The film starts by showing an area in the middle of the city where scientists were working in a chemical and weapons factory, after which a gorilla was shown, who was running very fast and was moving ahead. He pulls out and throws a very big tree on the way, and everything in the factory is shaken by its force. Scientists are also very scared and come out quickly. By then, Ape had reached there, who in a lot of anger gets out of control and started roaring. By then, the army also came here. These people attack him with their guns and machine guns. Even from the attack of such strong weapons, nothing was able to harm him, because his real form came in front. He was not an ordinary ape, but a mechanical ape. That is, Mecha Ape, made of machine. And they are very powerful, because they are made of heavy machinery and a very strong system. There were many weapons on his body, from which he shoots factory workers and soldiers and kills them. After which, a jungle was shown at one place in America, where a boy was flying a drone. But then someone hits his drone and drops it down. After this, we were shown the NASA Research Center, where the mechanical system of the US was also controlled. And these people were also controlling that jungle, where the drone of that boy had fallen. Two scientists sitting inside found out that someone had entered our jungle area. Maybe he came to make a video of the ape, because the place where that boy was, it was the location of the ape. The ape had dropped his drone. That's why the female scientist quickly calls the security and says that whoever is there, catch him immediately. While the male scientist says that the heartbeat of the ape has increased a lot. He is angry. To control him, we have to call Sloan. And if the ape gets used to Sloan to be normalized, it will be very difficult. Sloan was actually their senior scientist, who was also the friend of the ape. She used to play with him, after which we were shown Sloan, who also reaches this place. Her scientist friend tells her everything. That the condition of the ape is very bad. He is very angry. That's why he also dropped the drone. The male scientist tells her that we have also caught the boy who was flying the drone. So Sloan and her scientist friend go to interrogate the boy, who was the previous professor. Both ask him that, why did you come to our area? He says that I did not come. I was on the other side of the fence. Sloan says that this drone was yours, right? It has come to our area. You have also agreed to this. He says that yes, it is mine, but I did not do anything wrong. Sloan asks, tell me who sent you here to make the video of the ape? On this, he ignores this matter and starts saying bad things about NASA's work. And because these people were working for NASA, so he started taunting them. Look at NASA's work. The ape was first sent to space in the sky for study, and now when he has mutated completely and returned, you people are not able to control him. On this, Sloan got angry. She says that the ape's health and all the responsibilities are mine. It's not your problem. Mind your own work. Saying this, she sends him out of here. Her fellow scientist tells Sloan that it is informed to send the ape to another place as soon as possible. Sloan says that I cannot keep the ape in a closed place, because this thing will not be right for him. Saying this, Sloan goes to Abram Ape. She also had purple light with her, with the help of which she could also control the ape. The ape's size was quite big. Sloan tells him to play, but at this time he was angry. He was not in the mood to play. Then Sloan explains to him that you will have to stay normal, till the DNA of the alien is being tested in your blood. Saying this, she left from here. Now we see a couple who had come to the same place, where Mecha Ape had attacked and destroyed everything. He had also killed many people. That's why there was blood there. The woman touches a place and says that only this blood of our dead son is left, because she got her son's ring from there. She says that my son was the pride of our country. Here was also the father of the child whose name was Arnott. He was the director of the intelligence agency of another country. The country from which he was from was the enemy of the US. Arnott's wife started getting angry at him. That you get to know about this as soon as possible. Sloan and her companion were meeting with the big officers of the US. They were talking about the Mecha Ape here, that he is the powerful weapon of our army. The officer asks where he is right now. Then Sloan her tells that he is being checked up right now, after which we will shift him to another place, after which they start talking about Abraham Ape. Sloan says that I want to keep him with me right now. I have to check him, on which the officer says that we have to send him from here, because the people here do not want to see him here anymore. They have also reported against Abraham. Sloan says that we will convince them in the next meeting, but the officer does not agree, and tells to shift Abraham to another city as soon as possible. Now Sloan knew that if this happened, it could be a danger for Abraham. That's why she says that we should not take this decision so soon. The general says that it will not be of any use, because he was very angry because of Abraham's attack. He says that what is the guarantee of this? That Abraham will not make any big city his target. That's why it is urgent to send him in custody. But Sloan still does not agree with him. Now both the officers go and talk to the president about this. They said to send Abraham in custody. That is a safe place for him. He will not be harmed, because we had taken him out of the sea after many years. So he will be absolutely safe. Now the director of the enemy country's intelligence agency was shown to us. That is, Arnott and his wife also was there. They get news from their colleagues that a nuclear weapon has been found at a location, which is Mark 9. It is a very powerful weapon. It was under the control of the U.S., and these people wanted to get it. They found out that the U.S. had shifted it to Indiana a while ago. That's why Arnott tells his hacker companion to get information quickly. Mecha Ape was taken somewhere by the plane, but he breaks the plane and comes out of there. Sloan was immediately informed that the plane has been destroyed and fallen. These people get very worried, because after checking they found the wreckage of the plane. But they were not able to find the Mecha Ape. That's why Sloan and her companions leave from here. After their departure, the drone professor comes to the male scientist, who tells him to join him with them, because he wanted to help them. He says that I have a theory. You have been looking for intelligence for many years all over the world, which I have found inside Abraham. Look, Abraham could have ignored my drone by looking at it. But he broke the small drone by thinking it to be a threat to himself. Suddenly his heartbeat increased, coming in anger. All this was a different thing. He says that Abraham has caused such a big destruction, and now if he is out of control again, then he will destroy everything once again. That's why we have to do something about it. There Arnott somehow wanted to get that weapon, which was like a device. That is Mark 9. These people were making a plan. A companion says that the lab in which Mark 9 is, it is on the first floor. We will take Mark 9 from there. But there is a problem that security is quite strict there, on which the other companion tells, we will deceive security somehow and go inside. Sloan and her companions reach the place, where the plane was destroyed. The army officer had also come here. Arnott makes 3 groups, including his wife, and these people start moving forward according to their plan, to go to the lab. Sloan, her companion, and the army officer find out that something is coming out of the sand, which is no one else but Mecha Ape. He stands up, because he himself had activated himself. That's why everyone starts running from there to save their lives. Arnott and his companions were deceived by security and entered the lab. They also had weapons. Mecha Ape had gone out of control. He had entered the city causing destruction everywhere. In a short while he had made the city bad. He was destroying the whole house with just one punch, due to which many people were injured. There was fire everywhere. The remaining people start running from there, saving their lives. When the president comes to know about this, then he starts getting angry at his officer. He asks, how did this weapon, Mecha Ape, become so dangerous suddenly? How did it get spoiled? Why didn't you pay attention to it? That's why now he orders to stop it as soon as possible. Sloan and her companion also reached the place by car where Mecha Ape was. Sloan got down from the car and ran to the place where he was going. She goes to the roof of a very tall building and jumps on Mecha Ape. Still, she was not able to control him. That's why she goes inside him, so that she can stop. Here she comes to know that someone has hacked Mecha Ape's system and controlled him. When he is out of control like this, she immediately tells this to her companion. She also started saying that the one who hacked Mecha Ape also changed his coordinates, which work like signals. It means they were now sending Mecha Ape to a special location. Ape's security system was stopping Sloan from changing all this. That means she was not able to reset Mecha Ape. It means she was not able to bring him back to his original state. That's why it was getting difficult to control him. Sloan tells her companion to find out the location of those coordinates. That means where this Mecha Ape was going. There, Arnott and his team had stolen that weapon, Mark 9, and started going from there. Scientist tells Sloan that according to the coordinates, our research lab is in Indiana. Sloan says that if those people are calling Ape there, then we should tell this to the lab people. For now, they don't know who did all this, but then Sloan found something in the program, from which she found out that all this was done by Arnott and his team, because they were also in the lab. So it was clear that they had hacked Mecha Ape, and they wanted to call him there. Sloan found out all this through a code, which was used in the intelligence agency of that enemy country. They had completely controlled Mecha Ape. When the president came to know about this, he got even more angry. He was also quite surprised. He asks his officer, how did our weapon, Mecha Ape, go to the enemy country, the agency that made it? Why didn't they know about this? What were they doing till now? Then he asks how to stop him now. What plan do we have? Then the general says that to stop him, we had sent 2 teams of our soldiers, after which we sent the 3rd one, so that those people shut down that machine. Hearing this, the female officer says that it shouldn't have been done, because Mecha Ape is a walking weapon. It has already killed both the teams badly. The president also agreed with her. He says that I can't see my army dying like this, so now we have to send Abraham Ape there. because I want to stop all this as soon as possible. Apart from this, we have no other way. Sloan shut down the system of 2 weapons in Mecha Ape, which made Arnott and his team very worried, because they understood that there is someone inside Ape. So now they were not able to control Mecha Ape properly. He also rushed to that lab while making destruction, and picks up a nuclear weapon Mark 9 from there. The U.S. officers reached there with 2 helicopters so that they can take Abraham with them. Here, scientists and professors refuse them. That don't take him so soon. The professor also explains to them that this decision is not right, because Abraham does not know yet that the land is my home, because he was sent to space for study, so he still thinks that space is my home. So he will never fight to save the land. Hearing this, the officers told them about Mecha Ape, and says that Abraham will fight with him, because Sloan is there inside Mecha Ape. To take her out, Abraham will fight with Ape and finish him, because he loves Sloan. So now they take Abraham with them, so that he can fight with Mecha Ape. But this was a risky task. Sloan's life was also in danger by this, but he had to save the lives of the entire city, so he agrees to take this risk. Now Sloan also came to know that Mecha has nuclear weapons. She got scared. She starts shutting it down, but it was very difficult for her to do this. Then she sees Abraham in front of her, who was brought here and left. She starts calling him. As soon as she saw her, Abraham also started coming towards her, but then Mecha Ape starts shooting Abraham with his machine gun. As soon as this happens, Sloan was also trapped inside Ape. Mecha grabs Abraham by the neck. He tries to kill him and injure him, but here Abraham was also no less than anyone. He also attacks responsibly. He punches Mecha Ape and kills him, and in this way, a great fight breaks out between them. But inside, Sloan cuts Mecha Ape's 2 wires and joins them together. As soon as this happens, red light starts shining in Mecha Ape's eyes. Sloan did this so that she can separate Abraham from Mecha Ape, because this is what she had taught Abraham, that as soon as he sees the red light, he has to move away. After this, Sloan calls the female officer and tells her that a powerful nuclear weapon has been planted with Mecha Ape. So the enemy's intelligence agency wanted to explode that weapon in Chicago, and because Mecha Ape was also under their control at that time. That's why she tells to evacuate Chicago quickly, and to take Abraham from here, because he was badly injured. Knowing all this, the president says that we have to stop Mecha Ape from reaching Chicago somehow. He tells Sloan that if the nuclear weapon bomb is activated, then you have to throw it somewhere before it explodes, a place that is very deep, so that the effect of that explosion is less nearby if happens. It was shown in the news that how Mecha Ape had destroyed an entire city, and now he was moving towards another city, and because Sloan was cutting his wires, that's why his powers are decreasing. Arnott's wife tells her husband that when we go back, then the intelligence agency will be there to catch us, so that we can understand that these people are working for that agency. But all this is being done secretly from the agency, means they don't know about this at all. Because of this, the American agency was also not knowing about this, that this is the work of the intelligence agency, or only Arnott and his team. Now Arnott's wife says that after completing this mission, we will not go back to our country, but we will go somewhere else and disappear. But Arnott explains to her that we have done all this for our country and son. That's why you don't need to be afraid at all. Both scientists and professors also reached at Mecha Ape's place, so that they can stop him. Both Mecha Ape and Abraham had reached Chicago, and after coming here, Abraham climbs on the roof of a building. Sloan keeps trying to send him from here again and again, but fails. Mecha Ape, who was below. When he saw that Abraham is on top of the building, so he starts attacking him again with his machine gun. Sitting in the helicopter, scientists and professors started moving towards Mecha Ape. Sloan tries to stop Mecha Ape, but he hits Abraham hard on his face. But once again, Abraham got up, but he got very angry. He picks up a train and hits Mecha Ape, with which he also falls far away. Abraham was out of his control. He got angry and roars loudly. Then he hits Mecha Ape with full force, with which he falls down. Sloan was obviously in danger as soon as this happens. The scientist sitting in the plane tells that Abraham has damaged the wrong part of Mecha Ape, and if he keeps hitting him like this, then Mecha Ape's system will start heating up, which can also cause an explosion. That's why we have to stop Abraham anyhow. Sloane was also facing a lot of difficulty, but she separates the main wires from the system so that Mecha Ape shuts down, and the bomb does not explode, but it has the opposite effect. Mecha Ape becomes more powerful. Once again, he got up. He attacks Abraham with his machine gun, with which Abraham got so injured that he falls down, looking